Hey guys, welcome back to Blaze Talk, and today we're going to be talking about KHAMZAT CHIMAEV versus Kevin Holland and what I thought about the fight. Now this was a very fun and entertaining fight whilst it lasted. It only lasted barely 1 round. KHAMZAT CHIMAEV straight away shot for a takedown on Kevin Holland and was able just to take him down, as I say, straight away. Kevin Holland did put up a good sprawl. He did try and get back up to his feet and did have success at one point, but KHAMZAT was a lot stronger, obviously the better grappler, and would just sort of dominated Kevin, and again didn't absorb any strikes, took no damage. You could tell that Kevin was at least looking to get a submission off his back. You know, there were times where it looked like he was looking for an armbar or a triangular choke, so it's unfortunate for Kevin. You know, like I said in one of my previous videos, it would have been nice to see Kevin Holland go down his own path at welterweight. He is sort of like, you know, the company man of the UFC, just sort of steps up whenever they need him to, and as I say, I hope from this fight, you know, he gets back in relatively quick and continues to have a good run at welterweight. You know, previous to KHAMZAT, he was on a 2-fight winning streak over veterans in the welterweight division in Alex Oliveira and Tim Means. So if the UFC can keep on matching him up with similar opponents, maybe even rebook the D-Rod fight. I know D-Rod was successful against Li Jingliang, which was very controversial, but just getting back to the KHAMZAT fight, like I say, a great performance from KHAMZAT. It is a shame that he did miss the weight. It definitely has tainted his performance and his sort of perception from the fans. You know, it's, had he have made weight, obviously we would have had the Diaz fight, but just looking at how he was able to dominate Kevin, I mean, in my opinion, that probably wouldn't have been that much of a competitive fight. I mean, it probably would have gone the same way. I imagine KHAMZAT would have just straight away shot for a takedown and probably, you know, just sort of ragdoll Diaz. Considering Diaz is definitely a lot smaller than Kevin weight wise, I think KHAMZAT probably would have had an easier night, but Diaz definitely did show some improved jiu-jitsu in the Tony fight. But like I say, yeah, well, as for where KHAMZAT goes next, do you keep him at welterweight? Did the UFC give him that shot like they did Costa? I know Costa had, when he fought Vettori, yeah, he was having weight issues and ended up getting moved up to light heavyweight, but upon his second chance at middleweight, he did make weight against Luke Rockhold. So it'd be interesting to see if UFC give, as I say, KHAMZAT another shot at making welterweight. Perhaps give him more time. Perhaps KHAMZAT will return maybe early next year, or if he is looking to stay at middleweight or move back up to middleweight, perhaps he'll get a quicker fight before the end of the year. I would definitely like to see KHAMZAT perhaps stay at middleweight. I think, as I say, welterweight, there's the Usman and Leon fight, which happens next year. So I mean, is it really worth risking doing KHAMZAT versus Colby if, you know, KHAMZAT misses weight again, or do you just sort of keep him at middleweight? Perhaps he gets a title there first and then drop back down to 170. Because like I said, I think regardless of the outcome of Adesanya versus Pereira, if Adesanya wins or Pereira wins, in my opinion, there is no clear-cut contender at the middleweight division right now. Obviously, you've got Whittaker, who's always going to be there, but there's no real threat or just sort of contender where you're looking, you think he's definitely an extra title shot. So I think if KHAMZAT can come up to middleweight, he beats a guy like Paulo Costa, Sean Strickland, Jared Cannonier, any one of those names, Rob Whittaker, then I think it definitely puts him in line for the next shot, and I think hopefully that's what he would do. I think KHAMZAT would match up well with either Izzy or Pereira. Obviously they're both, again, be definitely very difficult fight for him, but I think his wrestling would be enough to nullify their striking. Obviously they would have the height and reach, but I don't think it would factor too much as soon as KHAMZAT's got his hands on him. He's definitely proved to be one of the best grapplers in the UFC right now. If you look what he's done to pretty much all his opponents, including Gilbert, he was able to get Gilbert, not necessarily hold him down, but at least get a couple of takedowns. So yeah, impressive win for KHAMZAT. I look forward to seeing what's next. An overall very entertaining fight. Johnny Walker was able to beat Iwan Cutelaba. Irene Aldana was able to get a vicious, unexpected kind of knockout over Macy Chassan. That's the way she did it. She kind of kicked her in the liver off her back, which was very impressive. Obviously, D-Rod had his controversial win over Li Jingliang, which is a shame for Lee, so he has had a bit of a rocky fight week. He was robbed of wearing a great suit at the press conference. He was robbed of fighting Tony Ferguson, which could have been, you know, a legacy sort of fight for him. You know, beat a veteran like Tony, then it's only going to do good things for your resume, your fighting resume, and it's only going to, you know, propel you even further from a star kind of point of view. So a shame for Lee, but some good fights on the card. Julian Erosa was able to beat Hakeem Dawodu, and that was a fight I was telling all you guys to watch, and hopefully you guys did tune into that fight. Great performance from Julian Erosa. Solid performance from Hakeem. Definitely showed a lot of heart in there, but just didn't really land enough volume or land anything too significant. But like I say, great night of fights. Happy with all the fights. Very exciting. Stay tuned for more UFC content coming soon, and stay blazed. Peace.